Dearly beloved, we have gathered here today to get through this thing called Mix CD. My name is Mike, part of the SPDM crew, and I love making Mix CDs. Each week, we give our guests a theme and an 80-minute time limit for which songs they're going to pick for their Mix CD. This week, I am talking about boy bands. And how I am constituting and narrow things down with boy bands is there's got to be at least three members, and the majority of them can only sing. So no musical instruments or anything like that. So that eliminated bands like the Jonas Brothers and different things like that. So I grew up with my mom and sister because my parents got divorced when I was really young. And as somebody who did not get a whole lot of chances to, get control of the radio, you listen to whatever they wanted to listen to. And a lot of times it was, Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, but also go through a lot of phases where it's boy bands. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. So I also had a couple rules in place. One song per artist. So I wanted to try to get a representative sample of a lot of different boy bands on here. And the first one I'm gonna start with is probably my favorite one, which is NSYNC. I'm a big NSYNC fan, and I picked "Tearing Up My Heart" because that one is the first song of theirs that I really enjoyed when I knew that they were NSYNC. Because at first I did not know that "I Want You Back" was by NSYNC. I thought it was by the Backstreet Boys. So when "Tearing Up My Heart" came out, I was like, oh, they're actually really good, and they're not the Backstreet Boys. But this was an agonizing decision to narrow it down for an NSYNC song because there's a lot of great ones here. And NSYNC was one of those rare groups that I actually did listen to a lot of the other songs on their soundtracks or on their CDs. So this was a tough call with this one. I think perhaps the first boy band that I really got into was New Kids on the Block. My sister and I would sing New Kids on the Block songs, so that's fun. But I picked Step by Step with a nod to The Right Stuff and Hangin' Tough, different things like that too. The next one, Backstreet Boys. As I've gotten older, I've found that I do listen to a lot more Backstreet Boys songs than I recall. So the one that I picked is one that is probably not among one of their more popular ones. I really like the song "Shape of My Heart" by the Backstreet Boys. Plus, the music video of it was part of their Black and Blue album, and it was just part of just the aesthetic overall of the music video was very black and blue. This is also like I could have picked a lot of Backstreet Boys song. I've picked "I Want It That Way" in a bunch of different albums, but yeah, I had to pick this one. Boys to Men. Boys to Men was another one that I could have picked a lot of different ways for this one, but I picked On Bended Knees for this one. Not because it's their best song, but this is probably one of my favorite songs from them. Sure, I could have picked "I'll Make Love to You." Sure, I could have picked "End of the Road" or "A Song for Mama" or "Water Runs Dry" or even some of their love song covers, but I just ended up not going with that. I added an LFO song onto this, and not Summer Girls, not Every Other Time. I picked Girl on TV. This song is so stupid, but I love it so much. We're going with some British boy bands, and I've got Take That, Back for Good, and Five When the Lights Go Out. I've got Soul Decision with Faded, mainly because this is the only one that I can recall from this. One Direction, another one that I agonized with what song to pick, but I had to pick What Makes You Beautiful because this is the most boy bandy of their boy band songs. I've got B2K with Uh-huh. I wanted to get a good representative sample of a lot of different boy bands, and B2K was just one that they were different, and I really like that. I've got O-Town on here, and although I really wanted to pick Liquid Dreams because that song is disgusting, but it's also hilarious, I went with All or Nothing. I did pick two boy bands from movies, and I picked Four Town, Nobody Like You from Turning Red, and Soda Pop by the Saja Boys from K-Pop Demon Hunter as well. Going back with another foreign group, I've got BB Mac with Back Here, changing it back up a little bit and going with something different. I went with All for One, I Swear, 112, Peaches and Cream, and New Edition, Candy Girl. I went back with a couple other foreign ones. I did BTS, Dynamite, Swear It Again by Westlife, which Westlife is more known for their covers of songs, and this one's, I guess, kind of original. I snuck this one in because to be honest, I completely forgot that they existed, but I picked 98 Degrees and I picked I Do Cherish You. And then finally, I ended with the OG one, which is the Jackson 5 with I Want You Back. The cover is just boy bands just doing various dances. Just pick just like a handful of them and just have them go like paper mache a little bit. So yeah, I enjoy boy band songs. There, I admit it. So, what are some of your favorite boy band songs? Let me know in the comments below. Let me know if I forgot something. And I hope you enjoy the list. Well, my friends, the time has come to end this episode of Mix CD. Be sure to like, rate, and subscribe to anything and everything SPDM Crew wherever you get your podcast. Join us on social media on Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, YouTube, and Blue Sky at SPDM Crew. Check out our website soon to be out at spdmcrew.com. You could follow our playlist on Spotify and Apple Music at Mike Hilty. Shout out to High Flyer Creative Studios for making our awesome logo. Greatly appreciate their support. And if you have any marketing, logo, or brand standard needs, contact them at highflyercreative.com. If you've got a podcast idea or you're interested in being part of the SPDM crew as a guest or collaborating, email us at spdmcrew@gmail.com. Until next time, no matter what happens now, you shouldn't be afraid because I know today has been the most perfect day I've ever seen.